Hello, and welcome to MetaMoms, a polyfamily podcast. I'm Taya.
And I'm Alicia.
In today's episode, we're doing a little holiday special. We're going to talk about how the holiday season has gone for us thus far, because it is January 1st when we're filming this today. Things that have changed over time. We're going to talk about traditions that we do. We're going to talk about why we structure things the way that we do.
What works for our family that maybe doesn't work for other people, and why we do the things that we do.
You'll notice a theme as we go through and talk about all these things, and that theme is that traditions and things that are stuck in black and white can be really hard, especially for a big family that's ever changing.
We prioritize our peace and what works the best for us and our kids and what's going to bring us the most amount of happiness while still making memories with our family.
Let's get into it. We're a little rusty, so we're going to play a little game to kick us off. We're going to say red, yellow, or green for different common family traditions, whether we do them, whether we could do them or would be interested in it, whether they wouldn't work at all, or whether we'd have to say yellow and make some modifications.
Starting off, decorating sugar cookies.
Green.
Some modifications, just for gluten and or dairy.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But we do decorate cookies every year.
Yes. Hot chocolate bar with extravagant toppings.
Green.
With some modifications for dairy.
But yes, we did a hot cocoa bar 3 years ago.
Yeah. I think it was 3 years ago.
The last time we had a Christmas party, back when we had friends, last time we had a Christmas party, we did have a very cute hot cocoa bar.
I had memories pop up for that. It was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Holiday brunch or potluck.
Green.
Yeah.
We basically do that.
Mm-hmm. Baking family recipes.
Green.
Mm-hmm.
We did that this year.
Putting down your own Christmas tree.
Green. Look it. We're basically a traditional family.
Making homemade ornaments.
We did that. Cue the salt dough photos.
Yeah.
I have yet to post them. There's been so much content. So if there's holiday content that comes out late, I'm sorry, not sorry, because there's so much good content that I've filmed over the last couple weeks of all the Christmas things we've done, and it's been really fun, but
the holidays have been holidaying. Stringing popcorn and cranberries to the tree. I mean, it's possible. I've just never had any desire to do it in my entire life.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Do you guys do that? I've never.
I also feel like it might attract mice, and we already have enough problems with that.
No, really. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's more of a yellow, but because I'm not interested.
Exactly. Touring neighborhood lights.
We do that.
Mm-hmm. Green.
Well, I mean, we live in the country, so we drive into town,
right?
Or we drive to the lights, but green.
Yeah, neighborhood is just not immediate neighborhood. Christmas movie marathon.
Green. I don't know about a marathon because we have 3 little kids who don't barely sit through one movie.
We'll just say Christmas movie.
We do Christmas movies. We watched Elf.
Lots of Grinch.
We watched animated Grinch many times. We watched animated and regular.
Yes. Build a fort, camp out under the tree.
We have not done that.
Mm-mm. But definitely possible. Holiday themed games.
We usually every single year play Minute to Win It games on Christmas Eve with my family, but this year we did not because we had too many other fun, festive things happening. But yes, that is something that we do every year. And I'm kind of like looking for an opportunity to do Minute to Win It games coming up in a different way so that we could still do them because we didn't do them this year. But I swear like the last 4 or 5 years we've done that.
I feel inspired.
Maybe.
Let's do it for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I think it would be fun. A way to involve the kids and do something festive. Okay. Sledding or ice skating?
Green.
I was going to say in a year or so. I think that with the little kids, it just, we would have great intentions, and I feel like there might be some meltdowns. So let's give it a little bit more time.
Before we had the 3 little boys, that was my family did that for quite a few years in a row. We went up to the mountain and went sledding on Christmas Eve. And it's really, really fun, but there's no way those boys would survive this like with 2 4-year-olds and a 2-year-old, sledding, traveling an hour to the mountain, all that, it's just not going to happen. So I could see us doing that in the future, though.
Yes.
And the boys really wanted snow this year. I told them it doesn't usually come until later in the year.
Volunteer soup kitchen or food bank, some sort of volunteering. Yes. Rain and I volunteered at a local event this year.
Yeah, we Alicia invited to take the big kids to go volunteer, and Raina wanted to go, and now she's all about it.
Sponsoring family or participating in a giving tree.
We did that. Queen.
Check. Donate gently used clothing or books.
We definitely do that.
Yep. There was an elf shenanigans donation. You must give to get. And we filled up and we overflowed a basket.
Yeah. Our elf on the shelf showed up with a letter and a basket that said, you got to give to get, find some things to give away. And they did.
This is nice. Make cards for elderly neighbors or family.
We could totally do that. We did not. However, the boys did sing their Christmas songs for every elderly family member that came over.
Yes.
And they loved it.
And for Doug.
Mm-hmm. They did sing. Carver demanded that they had to sing the snowman song to Doug. And he sat through the entire thing.
It was adorable. Take an annual family photo. Maybe in matching PJs.
Green, green, green. We do family matching PJs every year. Sometimes it's been last minute and very stressful. Other times it's been a collab. Other times you're walking at Walmart on December 1st and you find these in every size and you just roll with it. But it can be a challenge, especially financially.
Yes. Start a tradition of writing letters to Santa or each other. Interesting.
How does letters to each other work? Is that a kid thing or an adult thing?
I don't know. I've never seen that one before.
Well, that's cute. I feel we should look into it.
I think we should. But typically letters to Santa is something that our kids would do this year.
It's more like a list.
Yeah. They just told us. I have past lists written to Santa, though.
Yeah, our kids are kind of like, the older two are getting into like middle school, tween, too cool for school sometimes. And the littles are...
They can't quite write yet.
Right. So we're kind of in between some of these.
Yeah. Okay, that was the list.
Okay. Well, I mean,
all green
for all of it. Like,
yeah,
I don't want cranberries and popcorn on the tree, but otherwise, some of y'all saying we're not a family. I mean, we do all those things.
We can do all of the Christmas tradition.
We went and cut down our own tree. We did elf on the shelf. We did matching jammies. We did family photos. We did do Christmas cards. Usually we do like a cute curated. We even had a photographer last year when we were like bougie and thinking that we were cute and all. But this year, we used our Santa photo that we also only did because of a collab, which I'm grateful for because it was such a good experience and the picture's very cute. But I don't believe that anyone, except for the ones we hand delivered, got their Christmas card before Christmas.
Correct. But I will put this in now that before we were a family of 9, well, before we were polyamorous and we had an extended family, I didn't do Christmas cards when it was just Tyler and I and the big kids. My mental load was already full enough that trying to do Christmas cards on top of that was not something that I wanted to take on as an additional holiday task. And so it wasn't even on my list to do. So that's something that was a polyamory perk that I didn't even realize could be a polyamory perk.
Yeah.
That when we all got together in our first Christmas all living together, Taya had asked, she's like, well, have you ever done holiday cards before? Like, why can I take this on? Can we put together a list and send out Christmas cards? And I'm like, absolutely. If you want to take that on, then let's do it. I will help get addresses together. I will help do it. I just don't want to be the driver of it.
Yeah.
And luckily, Miss Creative Brain over here was the one who put it all together. And ever since then, we haven't missed a year. We might not get them out exactly by Christmas or very long before Christmas, but they have went out every year that we've been together.
I really do them for us anyways. I do them so we can look back and see, cute intentional photos of us every year. And we try and get family photos done every year too. But the Christmas cards is one tradition that I like to do for us. And then whoever wants to keep them around. I mean, obviously there's friends and family who love getting Christmas cards from us. It's been fun. It's fun to put together for me, and it's fun to have those photos.
And our very first one was an ultrasound picture with Barrett on it.
I also remember thinking for the Christmas cards, because it was our first year living together, that it would be a good opportunity to all the events that happened around when we moved in together, because we hadn't been together a really long time. We wanted to kind of show everybody else that we were moving as a unit and a family. And so that was some of the motivation for the Christmas card. And also, when we did Barrett's baby shower, this is a little off topic, but having everybody's names, that's how the names started for the parental names. We put them on matching shirts for the baby shower. And that for me was a visual that kind of showed how we were going to parent this baby together. And we would have those conversations, of course, but not everybody's comfortable asking questions or wanting the details. So,
and on that Christmas card, it had all four of us adults, Dylan and Raina, in our first set of matching Christmas pajamas, and then had the ultrasound picture of Barrett, because he was in the picture, but you just couldn't see him yet.
Right.
But that was our first year of doing matching Christmas pajamas, and we've done that ever since then as well. And it used to be that Tyler and I would buy matching pajamas for Dylan and Raina every year, and they would get those on Christmas Eve, and they would get to open that one present on Christmas Eve, which would be matching pajamas and a new book, maybe hot cocoa or some other little treat. And that's one tradition that has kind of changed over time. And we don't necessarily always let the kids open a gift on Christmas Eve because, one, we have more kids, and two, our Christmas Eve traditions have changed over time too. We're not always home at a certain time, and there's always something going on Christmas Eve. And so it's a little bit different, I think, to try and plan that exact same thing. And we already have our matching pajamas earlier in the year because we do that picture together for our Christmas cards or something. So that is a tradition, I think, that has changed because of that, which isn't a bad thing.
Right.
But
we've still done matching jammies for the kids here and there, but
yeah. And we've done other things that have changed and adapted over time. And that was just an example of one of those things that we have that has adapted because of the traditions that have changed.
It's something that you anticipated doing forever before not realizing that it was a whole nother reality down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what I meant by trying to be flexible is, well, I remember there being a lot of discourse around our first holiday season and Tyler talking about especially when we started to blend our families more, and both Tyler and I are in there like a Spider-Man standoff because both of our families do Christmas on Christmas Eve, right? Am I remembering that right?
Yeah.
My memory bank. And I remember being there's simply no other way, right? There's a level of grief, I think, that comes with change. And it's not something that happens once or twice. You lose matriarchal family members that's whose house you go to, and that tradition changes. I've had traditions change my whole life. So I think it's knowing that when you set those traditions that they're more based around doing something sweet and loving and festive, and not getting heartbroken about specific things not being able to happen, which is really hard. I have a hard time with it. We had to work that out. It ended up being fine because we weren't invited to Tyler's family. So, it worked itself out in a way. Not welcome.
But it was
not his mom, by the way.
But that first year, it was, okay, how is this going to work going forward? Because the first year of us all being together, we didn't have the full blended family yet. Right. And so it was, okay, going forward, are we going to switch off every other year and spend Christmas Eve with your family one year, Christmas Eve with Tyler's family one year, and go back and forth, or somebody's tradition's going to have to change type of thing. Or once you've realized that you're not actually invited to one of them, makes the decision really darn easy.
Well, I remember talking to my family and they were like, we're totally fine. We'll do it on another day. We can start a new tradition. We'll make it the 26th and that'll be our Christmas, the 26th.
Because your family's amazing.
Yeah. Or they are. Mm-hmm. Or the 23rd. Like, they were like, we'll pick a new day and we'll stick to that. And that'll be our special day. But Christmas Eve has always been the Christmas in my family. And so when Tyler said the same thing, I remember there being like quite a bit of tension because we both were like, well, I don't want to give this up. Right. And the day doesn't matter. I'm thinking back and I'm like, who cares?
And so it's turned out that every year we essentially just have to talk about, okay, what family members are we trying to see? What things do we need to plan? Let's pull out our shared calendar, figure out what days people have off and what weekend days are available, and what day does Christmas fall on this year, and how are our plans going to be flexible, and what day are we going to end up where?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's literally how it goes every single year.
Yeah. There's times where on Christmas Eve, specifically, like we'll go to Portland to be with my family, but they've also come here. So it just changes based on, and that was just because my mom texted and was like, hey, are you willing to come here? And we're like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I think last year they were here.
Yep. Both your mom's side came down here on Christmas Eve and your dad ended up coming down on Christmas. And we did Chinese food at our house on Christmas, which has been the one tradition, I will say, that has been consistent every year since we've been together, and that we have changed and has stayed the same. Okay, that we've changed since before we were all together and then has stayed the same ever since. And I really enjoy that. And that is the tradition of we don't go anywhere on Christmas. So we wake up at our house, the kids open their stockings, they open their presents. And then if anybody else wants to come to us and either watch our kids open presents or spend time with us, they come to us. Our kids
doors open all day long.
Yeah, our doors open and our kids just got their Christmas presents. And so being a kid of divorce and a lot of us in our household having multiple family situations and dynamics and stuff, we're used to being shuffled around and having to go to multiple different houses on Christmas. And as a kid, that's tough. So being able to just it's exhausting. Yeah. To be able to stay home and have that home base and be able to just play with your toys and be around your family and play games and not have to go anywhere on Christmas Day.
Stay in your jammies all day.
Oh man, it's so nice.
Eat food and take a nap.
Yeah. And not have to have a formal dinner.
We're very privileged in the sense that we, one, can afford to drive and pick up and pay for Chinese food for dinner. And two, that we can host. Like, it doesn't, if everybody were to show up on Christmas Day and we were to honor that like open door policy, we would have the ability to host them. And that's not possible for everybody, but it is something that we definitely look forward to.
Yeah. So it used to be that we would open presents and then take the kids to other people's houses and make the rounds. And I think we got asked the question of why, and didn't have a very good answer to it. So
it started just having babies. Like like when we had Carver, it was November. So he was a very little baby. And I was like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to tote him around. I don't want to drive 2 hours to my family members' houses, stuff like that. So the other side of that is I totally see that changing as the kids get older. If they, they're not old enough to date, but like as they start to date, as they start to make friends, as our family expands, as like that's going to change. And, if we were ever to live closer to my family, maybe it would change too. So.
Right. If we are in a place where our house isn't the big house anymore, that's not open enough to be able to host everyone and it's not comfortable for everybody to be there, I could totally see that not necessarily being the norm. But right now, as Taya said, being privileged as we are and having a large space to be able to host, it's a great space for that. I also kind of like that same idea around Thanksgiving too. I used to do 4 Thanksgivings in a day and go hit up multiple different houses and different Thanksgivings. And that's exhausting when you have a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to be a place to host and people can just, anybody and everybody can come to you and be welcome at your table is a really nice policy to have.
And that's not to say we wouldn't have a conversation about, like, if someone, bought a new house and they really wanted to host or something, then, our kids are getting older. It's getting a little bit easier. But it is nice when you have the ability to host, and it makes the most sense. When we have 5 kids showing up to an average size house, I mean, I can tell you firsthand, it happens a lot. We try and avoid it, but it happens a lot. And we take over the house. There's 9 of us.
We are a presence when we show up to somebody's house.
Mm-hmm. So us offering to host, there's a level of comfort staying in your own home, but it's also a level of comfort for you because we have a lot of kids and we have the space to host. So Other thing is we'll totally make plans to celebrate Christmas on the 26th, on the 23rd, that allows us to still celebrate with those people who also want to stay home, but on Christmas we're staying home.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
We'll
make it happen if somebody wants to host us, but we're probably going to do it on another day,
Yeah. I mean, we had a cousin Christmas on the 14th.
Cousin Christmas on the 14th. We went and saw my dad at his place.
Mm-hmm.
We went to my grandparents on Christmas Eve, and then we had Christmas at home.
And had Tyler's mom over.
Right.
So that's 4 different Christmases right there.
With 4 different grandparents.
Yeah.
But so we did we ended up traveling quite a bit before Christmas, but on Christmas, we're not moving.
Nope. We just stayed home and it was lovely.
Restful. And I appreciate being able to teach our kids what a restful holiday looks like and prioritize them. And even if it doesn't last forever, it's still nice that we can do that for them.
That's the thing too about it not going to last forever as well. And that was something that I had to realize and have those awkward conversations that you kind of have with your parents as well, because you have to be able to adapt and change too, because traditions aren't going to last forever. When you, as you grow up and as you become an adult and you don't live at home anymore, you're not necessarily going to wake up at home on Christmas morning.
Which validation for the parents, because that is hard. The thought of it breaks my heart.
Absolutely. And when you start having kids of your own and you want to start having your own traditions, so you have to be like, as a parent, as a grandparent, you've got to be able to have that flexibility. So I'm trying to be okay with it now to prepare myself for the future, because change is hard. That as long as I get to be around my family, chosen family or not, as long as I get to be around my family, then I'll be happy, because things will change over time and it doesn't have to be exactly how my mind pictures it to be in order for it to be a good, happy memory.
And our biggest thing when we discussed all of this was being together. Like, it doesn't matter where we go or who we're seeing, as long as we have everyone together. And that was one of the examples that came up when we were facing lack of acceptance and people not wanting to host us, or only wanting to host part of our family that they consider their biological family, that are the only family they acknowledge. You're going to make us split our kids up on Christmas Day?
Yeah, that's not
or leave
happen.
2 parents home alone on Christmas Day and take the other kids? Like, in no scenario does this make any sense. And the fact that would even be asked is like, just let yourself out at this point. That's insane. But I know there's a lot of parents, a lot of people who have a strange relationship with their parents who have asked for things like that, because I've seen it. And I know there's a lot of parents who don't honor that things are going to change. And they're like, no, it's at my house. It's always at my house. I don't care if you have kids, bring them over, But no, we were like, we have little kids and they're going to have a shit day if we bring them to 4 different houses and are in the car for 6 hours.
Or rush them through.
Right.
Okay, you wake up, you open your presents, you open your stockings, but you're expected to be at grandparents' house by 9 a.m. to then open another set of stockings at grandparents' house and more presents there because grandparents want Christmas morning to be at their house, which is a very small house and doesn't accommodate a much larger family now.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite work out. So, yeah. So then try and change traditions and invite everybody over to your house and have everybody there. And it change is uncomfortable sometimes.
Or compromise, because like I said, in that scenario, if there was a need or a desire to have a more intimate gathering, we could talk about that. We could figure that out. Like if it's just, if you're talking about your family and just you go over there or, whatever, like we could compromise in a way that allows space for both and can provide a more intimate setting and also be inclusive on the other side of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So what other traditions do we do?
We do that elf on the shelf.
Oh, I did not do Elf on the Shelf before we met Sean and Taya because I did not want to do Elf on the Shelf.
Listen, he's a lot of work.
Which is why I didn't want to do it.
But they love him. They love him so much. They talk about him all day, every day when he's here.
My kids did not know it existed.
They would now, though, because they're friends. Barrett has said things about what his friends have said, like, oh, my friend said he touched the elf and he didn't lose his magic. Well, your friend's stupid. The way I wanted to say that, so the millennial urge to be an unhinged parent in that moment.
Because knowing Barrett, if he heard that, then he's going to take that elf and he's going to...
And I was like, well, so-and-so's house is different and ours definitely would. Trying to recover because I was like, don't you dare touch the elf.
Oh, and we haven't done an episode since Doug ate the toast and knocked the elves down.
Okay, at the end we will do a Doug update because there is an update. There's a huge update on Doug.
But that was a fiasco.
But I think we should save it for the end.
Okay.
So stick around and we'll get through the rest of the holiday stuff, and then at the end we will do a Doug update. Yes. A Doug date.
A Doug date. But the Elf on the Shelf is magical. The kids love it. I'm glad that we do it, even though at 9:00 at night, I hate it.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's annoying, but they love it. They're not going to love it forever.
Yes. And our kids are never going to be the same age they are again right now. So I'm going to cherish these moments. It's 1 month that we do all of these crazy shenanigans. And yes, we are stressed out doing our holiday cards and our pajamas and our shopping and Elf on the Shelf. And I make fudge and Muddy Buddies, angel tree stuff. And
all the things that we set out to do this year was insane.
Yeah. Oh, we did the advent calendars.
Yeah. Daily, there was advent calendars, filming, editing, posting. That's mostly me. But advent calendars, daily. Elf on the Shelf, daily. Fudge and Muddy Buddies for how many people do you think? 20?
At least 20 people I did that for. So I did it for all of my coworkers because, I mean, this is just a little rant I'm going to go on, but my last job, my coworkers did not care about each other, so they did not exchange gifts at all.
Best friends with your old boss.
Yes, and I loved her, and I only got her something. Oh. Kelly, if you're listening, I love you. At this job, I did not expect people to be giving each other gifts, and then I go to work right before Christmas. And I have
in the contract.
I have 6 gifts on my desk, and I'm like, I'm unprepared. And nobody told me.
Oh.
So
I came from a place where people hate each other.
Yeah. And so last year I had to scramble and make my Muddy Buddies and fudge that everybody raves about and loves. And so this year I was more prepared. And so I'd make 10 of those for coworkers, plus all of our family members because they love them too. So yeah, I'm doing that almost every day.
Yeah. Muddy Buddies are my favorite thing to binge eat.
Which I can make dairy-free for her.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing they're only a December thing for us because I will make myself sick on them. They're delicious. We did the dailies and then the fudge and Muddy Buddies. We also did the angel tree, which ended up extending over weeks because we had to order stuff, and then the stuff that came was broken, and then we had to order new stuff, and then we had to drop it off at the center instead of it was a whole thing.
And then the center was closed multiple times.
We had to go back to the center. We got it to the kid before. We got the last one to the last kid before Christmas.
Like 3 days before Christmas, but it happened.
He got it. He got his video games and it happened.
Yeah.
So we took that on, which was really fun. It was really fun to let the kids all pick a kid, and the younger boys didn't completely understand. They kept like wanting to meet the kid and take them their stuff. But we explained we were playing Santa and helping their parents. I tried to kind of tell the boys, because we want to play into the magic of Santa. When the older kids started asking questions, we just said, Christmas magic is choosing to believe and doing things for others and things like that. And
talking about being Santa's helpers. And
right. The parents are Santa's helpers. That's why everybody gets... so we're helping to build the magic, and we're helping to put stuff together, and we're passing things along. But that way they can know that we're working, we're doing extra, we're taking on more, and we have a part of this. And also, all the credit doesn't go to an invisible white man, because I feel like there's enough of that. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
damn hard.
Yeah. And also, their biggest, most extravagant gifts are the ones that come from Santa, which, not better. But also,
no, I think that I actually regret that being a thing. And I've seen a lot of people share this year that they make Santa small, tangible gifts.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to pivot to that now.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of went too far down this road.
Yeah, but I value it, because other kids at school get socks and undies from Santa because they can't afford basic needs. And we don't want to lie to the kids. We don't want to create mistrust. I know this is like a super... everybody has their personal feelings about it. We want to play make-believe, play magic, lean into all the festive things, because we're just big kids too. We love all the festive things, but also we don't want to straight up lie to our kids' faces.
And also, I don't believe in like just sitting the kids down at a certain age and being like, okay, so here's the truth about the things.
Yeah, I've been lying to you for all this time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if you can kind of sprinkle it in, and like as the kids get older and start realizing and understanding more, and you sprinkle it in with your language, like they get that understanding as they mature. And so then they're just kind of like, they understand the concept of it without you having to have that sit down conversation and be like, so he's not real, right?
Right. And I think, and right, that's kind of how we navigated some of those questions. That was like, well, my best friend said her mom said that Santa's not real because I found this, or I saw her wrapping presents or whatever, and she swears it's not real. She saw proof. And we're like, well, I believe all that. And also, you have a choice to lean into the magic or not. And there's a lot of fun and positive things that come with leaning into the magic of Christmas and imagination and giving and all those things. And you kind of lose out on some of that when you choose not to believe. So that's kind of how we frame it.
And you believe to receive. I think that the kids know that it would crush my holiday spirit.
That's really what it is. That's really what it is. I mean, every Christmas movie is about Santa's not being real. So,
yeah. So I mean, they're smart enough. They're old enough. They understand the concept of it.
There's no big fat man coming down our chimney.
No.
I think as the big kids get older, I think we're getting pretty close to them helping with the little kids and helping, be Santa's helper as well. But I think that we'll know when they're ready to fully see the behind the scenes. I don't necessarily want to push that.
One of the kids was talking about being sad that the adults didn't have anything in their stockings. And I think that might be part of the understanding too, that, okay, if Santa was a thing too, that he would be bringing presents for, the adults and everything too. So maybe that was part of the understanding as well, but they wanted to put their own presents in the adult stockings as well. And I reassured them that we, as the adults, one of our traditions is doing our gift exchange the night before Christmas. And that's a tradition that I brought up and that I've really wanted to do because growing up in my experience at my own household was doing Christmas morning and going around the room. We started youngest to oldest, and my parents would, when all the kids were done opening presents, my parents would continue to open presents from each other back and forth. And it was extravagant. And I realized, yes, you're the adults. You make lots of money. You can afford to give each other more gifts and everything, which is fine and all. But that's just not how I wanted to do gifts for my own kids. And so I asked when when the four of us adults all were together that, hey, maybe we could not focus our gift exchange on Christmas Day. Let's do ours on Christmas Eve so that we can keep Christmas just about the kids. And all of us adults agreed to that and thought it was a good idea. Yeah. And also, since we do share household money, buying for every single one of us as the four of us partners, it would get pretty expensive.
Right. If we were to use our joint money we give ourselves an allowance every month of spending, which we generally use, but it wouldn't be enough to buy gifts for 3 other people. So like if we did gifts for everybody from everybody, it'd be me buying for Tyler and Sean and Alicia. And then who's doing the stocking? Like we quickly realized that was going to be a lot.
Yes, it was not going to be feasible to do that. So
we talked about drawing out of a hat and doing like a secret Santa, but then we decided, well, we've had our like married spouses and we've done gifts for them a lot. This is our first year with our new partners, so we'll start with them. Then next year we'll do our spouses. Then the following year we'll do MetaMoms, and then we'll start over. So crazy that we've done a few rounds of those.
Mm-hmm. So this was our second time through of having MetaMoms.
Yeah.
So this year, Tay and I had each other, and Tyler and Sean had each other. And so that's the main Christmas gift and stockings too. But we also help contribute to each other's stockings.
Yeah.
In different...
Or at least give ideas.
Yeah, give ideas for sure. Or if you're at the store or you see something online and you think of the other person and you want to help contribute, then do it.
Yeah.
There's no rules against that. So on Christmas Eve, we'll exchange gifts as adults too. But Tyler and I did that even before, when it was just the two of us. We would exchange our gifts.
Sorry.
That's another tradition that we do, is that we will exchange our gifts on Christmas Eve.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love making Christmas morning all about the kids. I also love that the kids were concerned about us getting Christmas presents. But this year, getting like intentionally talking about it a little bit more and being able to show them that it's okay. We take care of each other. We get each other gifts. Then they were able to be like, well, what'd you get last night? And so that was fun because then we got to share, and then you can put the little more spicy ones to the side, and you can do your little Christmas haul and show it off, or, the extravagant ones you can put to the side and just share what feels good. But it is really nice to not, I can't imagine sitting there watching your stepmom open.
Yeah, it was bizarre. And when you're a kid and you don't know how other families do it, and thinking back, I honestly don't remember how my dad and stepmom, or how my mom and stepdad did it. I don't remember seeing my mom and stepdad open gifts from each other very often. But I remember it the opposite way, which is crazy.
Like they might have done them on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, they might have. Or they weren't extravagant enough to be burned into my memory.
Because the thing is, as adults, like I could plan an entire trip for you and it will have been in the works and we'll have talked about it and we'll have planned and we'll have been like, I'll have been responsible about it. But kids don't understand that. They just know that they didn't get the vacation that they might have wanted, So it's just not. Yeah, I like making Christmas with kids. And if you don't do this, no tea, no shade. Okay, this is just how we've chosen to do it. There's 4 of us. There's a lot of us. And there is something to be said for teaching your kids what gift giving looks like. The guys who go all out for mom and fill the stocking and make sure that, she's taken care of and spoiled. And I think that there's an argument for that there. But at the end of the day, we show our kids how to give and receive love in so many ways. And I don't think Christmas is making a difference in that sense. And just knowing, there's no right or wrong when it comes to parenting. So knowing we have a solid reason for doing something and it feels good for us, that's what we're rolling with. So
yeah. And there's so many, oh my gosh, there's so many cool traditions and concepts and ideas out there because obviously social media is overwhelming. There are so many different ideas that we share back and forth that we want to implement in our household, but you just heard us list a whole bunch of traditions that we did this year. And I'm still thinking, oh my gosh, we didn't do this and this and this and this. And did we do enough for our kids? And yes, we absolutely did do enough for our kids. And yet there's
more than enough.
Still things that I wish that we could have done this holiday season that we didn't get to.
Mm-hmm. But that's the other thing. So we saw a video, speaking of social media, talking about how they, were feeling the pressure of Christmas ending and coming to a close, and it was Christmas Eve, and they're like, I don't want Christmas to be over. And Kenzie, one of my really good friends, hey Kenzie, and I were talking about how she was like, I'm so sad that Christmas is this week. And I was like, same. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to take down the decorations. I'm not ready for the warmth and the coziness and the giving and I just wasn't ready for the festive season. It's really true. The older you get, the faster things go, and makes total sense because you've seen it before over and over again. But I wanted more time to cherish it. And so we saw a video and I had shared it.
She considers it that she starts the celebration of the 12 days of Christmas on Christmas and continues it until January 6th.
Oh yeah. 12 days.
Yeah. So she does the 12 days of Christmas from Christmas Day till January 6th, which I like the concept of. I don't fully back the entire time because, and this is because of my own personal preference
that
here.
makes sense.
Because my birthday's January 6th. And so I like to have Christmas done and wrapped up before my birthday happens, just because my birthday being so close to Christmas always ends up getting either pushed off because of Christmas or everybody's partied out. If anybody has a birthday close to Christmas, you totally understand what I am.
Yeah,
what
even
I
her
go
birthday
through.
being January 6th, I like anytime I've planned a party and it's a surprise, it's pulling teeth. And it's not because people don't want to show up. It's just people are burnt out.
Yeah, the holiday
you get a
season.
week after the new year started and they're like, I'm good. I've seen everybody.
You've already done your Thanksgiving, your Christmas, even New Year's. People still get together for New Year's. And then it's like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do another thing. And my birthday's right then.
Yeah. Or they're sick or they're,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling the whole
financially strapped, just all of the things. So I like to get Christmas done. I like to have Christmas boxed back up and put away before my birthday happens so that my birthday can feel separate than Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked that video. I liked the idea of, okay, I didn't feel like I got everything done by Christmas Day. Okay, let's extend it for a few more days.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of it like closing on your birthday and still carrying that Christmas spirit and energy through the new year because it really is such a warm, cozy time. And we live in Oregon. It's depressing otherwise. You have to romanticize it a little bit. Like I'm looking outside behind the camera and it is raining and it is gray and it's beautiful, but it's depressing.
It's a little dreary out there.
A little dreary. Dreary.
So you got to find the joy in things where you can. We didn't get everything done before Christmas that we wanted to do. And like I said, there's a lot of pressure kind of on social media and it's self-imposed pressure, at least for myself.
Well, I mean, it is because I don't care if we post the thing or not, but then I saw somebody did it and I feel like we need to do it.
But yeah, we didn't take our kids to the snow this year and we haven't taken the kids to the snow in a few years. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are they missing out on core childhood memories because we didn't take them to the snow? No.
Well, I'm happy to report that Carver put on his bingo card that he wants to go to the mountain, visit the mountain this year.
Okay. Well, I have family that live over in Bend and they have said that we are welcome to come over there and they get snow. So we have a place to go and stay.
That would be amazing.
We just need to find a weekend. So there's always more that you could do. There's always other activities. But I always feel like there's never enough time to do absolutely everything. But I know that we're still having fun. We're still making memories. There's still traditions that we are doing, even if they're not perfect.
I think traditions are less about doing the same exact thing and more about just like showing up and spending time together and like being intentional about that time that you're spending. I think it's like, who cares if last year when you got together, you made cookies together and this year you're playing board games? The real point of it all is spending time together.
Right.
So, and that's huge for us. And we do have 4 parents, but we really value the safe adults that our kids have and the community that our kids have. And it's really important to us that they're not isolated regardless of where we live or how far we live from those family members. And so, plus we're a very festive family. We go all out, balls to the wall.
Yeah. Basically from after Quentin's birthday in September to almost my birthday in January, we're festive of some sort. We got all the Halloween and then into Christmas.
We do Easter, but like we just buy some jelly beans and we usually get the kids new swimsuits or something. Like we use it as an excuse to buy them something they already need. New toothbrushes. That sounds really lame, but
the Easter egg hunt.
We do an Easter egg hunt, but we do the fun parts. Yeah. Not so much the religious parts, which again, more power to you. We're talking about our traditions.
Yes. Everyone to each your own. I already have a spring book that I found from last year when I was trying to find the elves on the shelves.
LOL. Little blue truck. We bought it on clearance and then never gave it to them.
Yeah. Little blue trucks, springtime.
I have like 3 things that we had bought early for Christmas that I never gave. And so I guess I'm just going to return them, or keep them for Easter.
I know I have the 4 stocking stuffers that came that are going to go in the Easter baskets that came on the 28th.
We're preparing for Easter. I feel like there's going to be questions about, well, how do you make sure it's like feels fair, I guess, in a way. And we've kind of talked about it before, but we do an allowance every month. So our spending is, we have $200 every month to spend. Like each adult has $200, and that's for the non-necessities like coffee or lunch out or time with friends or
books
or what do I buy? Nail stuff, pajamas that I don't need. That kind of in itself creates a budget limit. We know that nobody's gonna go buck wild because we all have a set amount already.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are amazing at saving up to be able to do something that's like hugely extravagant.
No, I mean, $200 is for spending per adult. Like that, obviously that adds up because there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
So, but it also goes by really fast. Like if you have any kind of subscription or like I was getting my nails done at a salon before, that's like $75 every 2 weeks. That's basically half my allowance. So I had to stop doing that. But it's good because it helps us save otherwise. As far as logistics for the kids too, we keep a running list. Scratch that. For the adults, we also make sure, and honestly all year round, but especially before Christmas, like I reminded everybody, make sure and put stuff on your Amazon wish list because that helps us out. It helps because we fill stockings for each other. So it's nice to be able to go look at somebody's wish list. And like, I think Tyler just bought everything on Sean's wish list. He was like, I can buy all this in my budget. And then that's everything that he picked out and he wants. So,
because I feel like some people are harder to buy for than others.
Oh, for sure.
And other people are a lot easier to buy for.
It's me. I'm a consumer.
And put a lot of things on my Amazon wish list. I literally had nothing on my list. And then Taya reminded me and I'm like, oh, books, book earrings, books.
I have so many. I told Tyler just last night, I said, I could, if I made one of those videos where you record every time you want to buy something. Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah.
For the month? It would be ridiculous. My consumerism would be Outed. And it's because I'm online. I could blow some money for show.
If I had the money, absolutely. I have a problem with spending money on myself, and I struggle. So
it makes it easier to buy for. It makes her easy to buy for.
But I feel like the guys are so hard to buy for. I struggle.
No, God. Tyler is so hard to buy for. What are you going to go buy a fish? And put it in a stocking?
Right? If he wants something, he just buys it for himself anyways.
Tyler likes, all different kinds of shirts that have a very specific style. And I could pick stuff out for him. Sean likes hoodies and cozy clothes.
And Crocs.
But they have so many of those things.
Right. I want to give him something else.
I'm so anal about my gift giving. And I have to nail it. I have to.
Which she did for me for Christmas, if you haven't seen our videos. Yeah, he needs a new pellet grill. Because that one he has to do weird things to make it actually smoke things.
But you can't buy kitchen appliances as a Christmas gift.
But it's also $600 to get him one.
You could do that for Father's Day. I don't think you could do it for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's 3 months of allowance to save up to be able to get it for him. And not spending anything else on it.
Yeah.
But also...
we definitely have times where we've pooled our money together.
Traeger, if you would like to sponsor us.
I think we could get a clap for Father's Day.
I know Sean really wants to get him a blacktop stove.
Sean wants a Blackstone. I'm surprised he didn't buy Tyler a Blackstone for Christmas because he wants a Blackstone, but he's not going to cook on it. No. He wants Tyler to cook on it, which is fine because Tyler likes to cook and would totally have fun with it.
But Sean...
Maybe they should buy themselves.
Right? They need to get it for each other.
Father's Day presents. But I think Father's Day is a good time to buy tools or a smoker or something. We will help out with little stocking stuff for each other, but we don't. Since I had Alicia, I didn't buy Sean or Tyler anything for Christmas, and that's what's expected.
Yeah, I feel like for the adults, when it comes to buying for our other partners, since we don't do that for Christmas, that's kind of what birthdays are for, and anniversaries and stuff. You can buy for them for those types of things.
Or just because.
Yeah, or just because. But, I bought something for Taya for her birthday, even though I still had her for Christmas type of thing. And I'll buy something for Tyler, for Sean, for birthdays and stuff. But I didn't have them for Christmas, so I'm not going to go and spend additional money on them for Christmas, too.
Yeah, the expectation is you just buy for the person that it's your turn to buy for.
Yeah. I feel like that just takes a lot of extra stress financially off from the other adults at Christmas time. We already have enough stress. We don't need to have more.
We thrifted the hell out of the kids' Christmas, though. I was very proud of that. We found quite a few, all of their big gifts were secondhand.
Yes. And their big gifts, all of the main big gifts were the Santa gifts.
It needed a new battery, but it was cheaper for us to buy the battery and then buy the car at half price than to buy a new one. So we wanted to do that. And then we thrifted a Tony box, and I thrifted the Kindle, and it was unopened. I was very proud of that. I knew that half the gift would be just telling her that I thrifted it, because
I wasn't expecting to get the Kindle because I knew it was outside the price range. So I was expecting to wait until I got my birthday money from other relatives and saving up my pennies to be able to buy that, because I wasn't going to be spending my allowance on it, but I knew my birthday was coming up. So I'm like, yay, birthday money. I can get myself a Kindle. So I was shocked to have got one for Christmas. That's why she did so good.
And that's because I scoured the internet. I was fighting people on eBay. It was a whole thing. I don't know. Sorry if eBay is not ethical. That's not where I bought it from, but Tyler was helping me, thankfully. And we went and picked it up. But yeah, we definitely try and do our best to shop the deals. We did not shop on Black Friday. I'm happy to share.
Right. We did the spending freeze over the week of Thanksgiving to December.
We tried to get as many free samples as we could as well. So we did as much Christmas on a budget as we could, because again, also, if you saw our videos, we had a costly December with other things in our lives breaking.
So much. I didn't even share half of it.
And this all started with my car getting hit in October and getting totaled.
And having to buy a new car.
Because the car that got hit was an '01 Honda that had 265,000 miles on it. So, I mean, it wasn't worth a lot. So we didn't get enough to be able to actually replace it. So then you have to, spend money out of savings. And then with Tyler's dad passing away and the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So now we have, added expense of an unexpected trip to California for a funeral.
Today.
And yep, leaving today. But to deal with all of those emotions as you're going through the holidays, as we're going through financial stressors, as a tree falls down in our front yard, and we just have all of the fun things that are happening all the time in our life. But that is life, and I like to use the phrase that everything that happens as an experience, as an opportunity to grow. Everything's a learning opportunity. Everything is. I'm not giving it justice, but when you talk about Doug,
we have the room to do that with this platform too. Is like share emotions that are hard to navigate, or even like outbursts that didn't feel good, or embarrassing moments, things like that. That should, at the very least, we can share them and normalize them a little bit. And that's part of, if you're ever listening, and you're like, "Damn, that's an overshare." Well, somebody probably related to it, and that's the hope. We are okay. We have each other. We have our health. We are, on the flip side, incredibly lucky to be able to have two parents go to a funeral in another state for 4 days and not have to spend money on childcare, to keep our kids in the same house, to keep them with two parents who are there every day. My mom's going to come stay with us for a couple days to help support as well. Not because we couldn't do it on our own, but because we're able to. And she said yes and is going to show up for us. So it's part of me trying to accommodate before burnout kind of thing. And I'm very appreciative of that.
But our kids aren't going to miss any school or activities or anything while two parents are gone. Yeah. So that is something that we are privileged to be able to do.
And hopefully, speaking of positives coming out, like Tyler gets to meet family that, again, I'm not going to get too far into it, but Tyler has an opportunity to see family who does love and accept him and build on those relationships. So maybe it'll be a positive.
And it's also reassuring to know that we are not the only people that go through hard times. There are obviously other people suffering in the world and in our community as well. And we had the opportunity, even just within the last couple of weeks, to be able to help out other people that have just randomly popped into our life. And it was a great reminder, not just for us, but for our kids, to be able to help out people in our community. And I think that that's a great reminder and daily lesson and life lesson, to be able to show to our kids that we can help people even when we're kind of down on our luck too, that there are other people that are also down on their luck, and there's always something you can do to help other people.
Yeah, like obviously our kids know we have a lot going on, and we still filled 4 truck beds of firewood for a community member, and they got to help with that and do angel trees, which is like financially we probably could have benefited from not doing, but we have this business account that we can, continue to give through. I don't know. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. We will do a super quick Doug update.
Sorry, we got a little dark and sad, but I think that's just the reality. I know a lot of people have shared that 2025 was really hard for them. 2026, we're going into better for it, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And the update on Doug is he's ours now. He went from being this mysterious, aloof cat that we only caught on camera to being a nightly goodnight kisses and bowl refill. He's a 2-serving kind of guy.
He loves us. He talks to us. He wants his scratches and butt rubs. Like every night is starting to come in earlier and earlier. He's starting to see the kids. He's ours.
He's staying later in the mornings. And I think part of that started because of winter. Like he would go and like hide, post up on a chair under the table so that it was hard to see him, kind of thing. But he stays. Basically, the only time he doesn't come around is when the dogs are out. So as soon as the dogs go to bed, he comes in, and then before the dogs get up in the morning, he stays around for a while.
We weighed him. He's 13.5 pounds. He's a big boy, a lot of fluff.
Lot of fluff. He's huge. I seriously cannot get over it. Every time I look at him, I'm like, that is not Doug, that's Garfield.
But he will lay out on the mantle by where the wood stove is, and he just, our house is his house now.
He's precious. Tyler put a little towel under the wood stove.
So he has somewhere soft to lay on.
He loves pets from all of us. Sean will go tell him hi, and it's so cute.
He drools when you scratch him on his head and under his chin. He's just the sweetest boy.
We love Doug. We're trying to find a way to catch him in the barn during the day, because that's where he hangs out, so that we can take him in, get him scanned for a microchip, and just get him checked out since we have other animals.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that he doesn't have any kitty diseases that he could pass on to our other cats, and make sure he gets updated on his vaccines. But the vet essentially told me that if we have searched for an owner for at least 30 days and nobody has came forward, which we have posted him on our local groups more than one time, then he's ours. It's very common that cats get dumped out here in our rural area, and it's just been a really long time, and it just would be very sad for him to have gotten dumped. But I mean, it's been like a year and a half that he's been out here, and I think that finally he just trusts us enough to be our cat now.
Yeah, we have definitely earned his trust, and we feel very honored. And so now we have 4 cats.
Yes. But what I was going to tell you about with the elf was that we've mentioned before that he will eat things if it's left out. One of the shenanigans our elves got up to was we put their arms through a piece of toast and it says feeling toasty or warm and toasty, I think. Well, had the thought after we left it out that
we all did.
Maybe we shouldn't do that because we left it up by the fireplace on top of the wood stove, that if Doug eats other things, maybe he's going to eat the toast.
He did.
He did
eat the toast.
Yeah. We came out the next morning and the elves were knocked down, and I had 2 of the kids out there, and they look at it, the elf, and it's like, the elves! And so I had
covered in toast crumbs and knocked over.
Yeah, and down where Quentin can grab it, the 2-year-old could grab it. I'm like, okay, I have to improvise.
Anyways, she has to go pack now.
Yeah. I need to go fly to California.
Keep an eye out on our social media. If you're not following us on Instagram specifically, I will be posting a prompt because we want to hear your stories. We want to hear you guys talk about your relationships, either dynamics or specific instances, and we're gonna red flag, yellow flag, green flag.
I'm excited.
We'll do some other games like is it cheating or not.
Oh
yeah,
I'm excited.
I've got some real fun stuff planned for when we first open, and like to get us warmed up, and we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear your dynamics. It'll all be anonymous. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll post the prompt probably a couple times, and then we'll do those soon. I plan on getting Tyler and I in here to kind of wrap up the show for you guys. That's my kind of thought in finishing our conversation and talking about how the rest of that conversation went from the show about me dating Lex. So that's coming. So that's kind of what to expect as we move into this next, I don't know, season. We've done 12 episodes. This is number 13, and I've got it on my goals to record 24 episodes this year. The last update is that for our sanity and our ability to keep up with this, we will probably move to bi-weekly. So every other week we will come out with a new episode. It's just not, I was really burning myself out with the weekly episodes. So we'll do every other week for now. And as we can add in more, then we will do more, but we're hoping to keep the quality and the consistency up this way. We've also run into quite a few people who have said that they love the podcast, and we just love you guys so much. It's the feedback is so awesome, specifically from the podcast. It's like this special little community that it's new. It feels new, and it's fun to meet people.
Thank you for your love and support, and for letting us tell our story told our way. If you like our story, if you enjoyed it, please share it with somebody that you think is going to love it as well.
The more we can build up this community, the more we can do with it. So like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.